What up, guys? How you all doing? Thanks for signing in. Now, I'm gonna get real for a bit, real in this video. So this is gonna be a totally different style of video to what I usually do. I'm just gonna be speaking to you guys about a problem that hit me a couple of days ago. So for anyone who hasn't noticed that I haven't been doing my live streams in the evening, and I haven't been posting as many videos as I usually would, and even just during the episode prompt, I don't even know if anyone can tell when they watch my playthrough, I just did not feel myself. I wasn't myself, I wasn't on it, I wasn't focused, and it was because of this issue I'm going to talk about now that I was dealing with. So I'm going to come out openly and honestly. I'm not going to beat around the damn bush. I was offered to do a promotion. I was offered a sponsorship. And I won't name the company because I really don't want to get my ass sued, but I will name the game, and it was Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire. I mean, honestly, I'm not even going to make a joke about it. It actually just makes me sick even just to look at the game again. Honestly sick, because this is how I felt the last few days. I got myself so stressed out about it, because basically this company came forward, and all I'm going to say is the company itself, I had no issue promoting them. You know, I have a kind of a rule with promotions, like YouTubers when they do promotions. It's not selling out if they believe in the product and they believe in the company, and perhaps it's relevant to their channel. For me, I was promoting a app store, one of the biggest, a really good one. They have 4.1 out of 5 stars from 25,000 reviews, so I had no issue promoting them. And it was Final Fantasy 15 related, and it was A New Empire, a title that I even did a video a couple months back thinking, yeah, I want to play this, I want to just try it out. You know, try it out, see if Square Enix's mobile titles are really that shit. So I thought, this is perfect. And, to just do a video, and that was all it was going to be, a video, maybe a day's work. They was going to give me an amount that, for someone like me, is a big amount. At this stage of my life that I'm in, guys, I'm not rich. Trust me. At the stage I am in life, the money would have made a world of difference. And that's the temptation right there. That's the temptation. And I know we make a joke about selling out, but until you're in it, until you've actually experienced it, I would use the term a lot, sell out, sell out, sell out. But when you've actually got those big figures offered to you, I'm going to say they're not even that, it's not that big. It's not that big. A couple of grand. I'm probably going to get sued for this fucking video. But a couple of grand for me is a big deal in this part of my life. That's almost a huge chunk of a new deposit on a new house. So and I'm working towards that. I'm working towards that with my girlfriend. We're pushing, we're working hard. So it was considerable. It might not be to some, but to me it was. And all I had to do was a video on Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire. So, cutting through the crap, they were very professional. I was instantly on it because I'd already had an interest. We wrote up the contracts, we wrote up the invoicing. I downloaded all kinds of stuff like Nox Player onto my PC to stream it and whatnot. But then I played the game. Then I played the fucking game, and oh my god. I am truly and honestly in disbelief at this fucking game that I have played. Now, I just want to say straight up before I get too mad, I really don't believe in crapping on games if there are some people who find them fun. Like, I don't want to piss on anyone's bonfire. If there are people who are playing this game and they're finding it fun, more power to you. I never like to be the kind of person who dismisses a title in its entirety, just because it wasn't for me. But I feel this title is completely different, and I could not support it. I could not endorse it. In fact, I played an hour and it seemed a bit fun. And that's when I actually started doing the promotion videos. I did a whole day of recording. So it's about 2-3 days of work. I did all the work. And my promotion was based on an hour of gameplay. So I played it and I reviewed it. And I reviewed it totally wrong. I hadn't played it long enough before I started the work. And I think perhaps my eagerness was a bit ahead of me this entire time. Because when you first play Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire, it will give you the illusion that it could potentially be a fun game. I was playing it for an hour and it was actually quite fun. the pacing of the building was quite good. You know, you're seeing your empire grow quite quickly at the start, and it gives you this false idea, gets you kind of invested in wanting to make a good empire, and that's when the fucking secrets come out of the bag. That's when it quickly unveils itself as one of the shittiest, most scam artists, most con, pay-to-win mobile titles I ever seen. I'm not joking, guys. I'm actually convinced this game is a pyramid scam. Now, I know that sounds dramatic as fuck, but hear me out on this. So this is a game, I don't even know if I can call this a game, where you basically have to build an empire, and to do that you have to build your you have to have a set amount of resources, and there's like 5 or 6 different resources: energy, metal, stone, food. Yeah, I mean, you get the message. So you start building, but you have to have resources to build, and to get resources you have to have farms and stuff. Now I want to be very clear before anyone says to me, Pez, you were playing the game wrong. You were playing it wrong. No, I wasn't playing it wrong. I had every mineral field maxed. I had farms, I had metal, I had quarry, I had all my resources done, and I had them fully upgraded. And the gathering rate was what quickly showed me that this game was a scam. You will get to a stage around level 10, guaranteed. In fact, actually probably sooner, because like an idiot, I actually dropped 10 quid on this game. I spent tenner, and the honest reason why I spent a tenner is because it was either that or wait 7 hours. 7 hours for me to collect more stone. One of my resources depleted, and I either had to spend money or wait 7 hours before I could go any further. And this is on top of a game that when it first comes out, it allows you to build nearly everything, and it has queue timers for your buildings that are almost instant. You can make them free, you can make them instant, but by the time you get to level 10, which is a substantial enough amount of time for you to be invested in this game, they increase the build times, they increase the resource requirement for buildings to such an astronomical height, to the point where every single building I'm building will take half an hour to an hour and a half to build. I'm not fucking joking, you guys. This is what has Final Fantasy 15 skin. This is the ghost of a game that is parading about with Final Fantasy 15. A mainline title. So you're there with beyond insane build times, and the only way to speed it up is to spend more gil, and then you spend more gil, spend more money to buy gil. But then even when you do that, so I did that, I didn't want to wait 7 hours for stone, so I dropped tenner, and then within an hour the metal was gone. So I ran out of metal, and then once the metal was gone, the energy was gone, and the gathering rate is literally going to be an entire day nearly just to build a couple of structures. I mean, that's literally all there will be to do in this game. I've played it long enough to the point where I'll queue my buildings up. I'll go, right, I'll have to pop back in 2-3 hours before I can do anything else, because that's the other thing. You have sort of queues for your buildings. You can only build 2 things at once. Like to buy 500,000 stones, it would be about a fiver, and that would buy me 1 extra building. That's how steep and heavy and ridiculous it got by the end. Now I'm going to say through all of that, I did have a choice. Of course I had a choice. And this is what you'll often hear about pay-to-win games. And even how I try to justify it in my head. You have a choice on whether or not to spend money. You don't have to. You can play the game without spending money. And this is something you'll hear often about these mobile games. But the reason I want to contest that, and why this is just a straight cash grab, a straight pay to win, is because in this game, it's literally the most pay to win thing ever. The empires who spend the most money just categorically will have the better empires. I mean, it's irrefutable. There's absolutely no arguing about it. The people who spend the most money will have the best empires. And in a game where you invade each other's empires, and it's all based on timers, you are fucked in this game. You are just fucked. You have no chance of winning. You might be able to grab the odd, vapid victory, a level 1 or level 2 who barely leveled his account. You might be able to go and swoop him, but you will quickly get swooped yourself, and that's exactly what this game is about. It's pay to win. The most paying empires, and I was seeing the chat, And it was the insane amount of money that people have spent. Somebody said that they spent $1,000 the day before just to be number 2 on the server. Number two most powerful empire. By the time they logged out and came in the next morning, they were down to 12th. And they spent $1,000. Now, of course, not everyone's going to spend $1,000, but pretty much if you do not spend at least £100 on this game, your empire doesn't even have the remotest chance. You don't even have the slightest chance. You are going to be eaten up, chewed up, and spat back out, and you will never know what even hit you. Now, I'm going to give the game some credit that it is a mobile title. I keep saying this, it sounds like a fucking excuse, but I get that there are mobile players who play their mobile games in a very on and off way through the day. And for someone like that, this could be a perfect game. You know, somebody who, you know, on the bus to work, you know, they just get their phone out and they just play a bit. And no, it's been logged off for 12 hours, so they've got all the resources there, and they just catch up with their empire, do a bit of maintenance, do a bit of building, put it away, and then go to work. And I don't know, maybe then when they come out of work, the empire's ready to do some stuff again. Because that is literally, no, that time while they were at work, there would have been nothing for them to do. There are literally 7, 8, even up to 10 hour points where you can do nothing but sit there. Not even sit there watching stuff being built. Just literally sitting there watching your resource numbers gradually tick up with your button hovered over a farm that is level 9. And as soon as it ticks over, in an hour, you're going to be able to get a level 10 farm. Ah! Level 10 farm! Oh, yay! That was fucking exhilarating. So bad. So for that kind of player, you know, who plays with that kind of on-off pattern on their mobile, this game could work for them. I mean, they'll still get destroyed, they'll still die, they still won't make any significant progress in the game, but you know, perhaps they'll find some enjoyment in just every half a day checking on the empire. But for any other gamer, for anyone else but that, this game is a steaming pile of shit. This game is the Antichrist of Final Fantasy games. I mean, the worst game, and I have played all the bravest. This is the worst Final Fantasy game I have ever fucking seen. And for you to release this with an FF15 skin, after all of the insults and slap round the faces, after the E3, Square Enix Presents, after the 30th anniversary, Square Enix, I did my video a few days ago, I was done with you, but now after seeing this mobile title, a basic scam that cons gamers, and it does con gamers. This is the thing I'm going to say, this does con gamers. Now some people are going to say, again, I disagree with you because you don't have to pay, but it does because it taps into the gamer's natural competitive mindset. Yeah, for anyone who has a naturally competitive mindset, they're going to play a game like A New Empire, a game where their empire has to conquer and go out and invade and compete against others. This is an inherently competitive game, and that's what Square Enix have done. And I'll just say Square Enix, by the way, guys, there's this whole thing that they're not even the ones who made FF15 A New Empire. It was actually made by another company, and they've just basically decided to run with it. But it's made by someone else, and that doesn't surprise me in the slightest, because even when you look at the damn game, the whole thing looks like a scam. The layout, the text, the flashy features, the way it keeps bumping you into the store. Like, you'll try to do something and it will bump you straight into the store. What is even more bizarre is that Noctis is versus 13 Noctis. And they have old character models. And it's all pretty low resolution and pretty low quality. And they have like troops and avatars that don't actually make sense. I remember for a guild icon, the guild icons look like something out of MSN or Facebook or Bebo. Oh god, Bebo. It literally looks like they've downloaded it straight off of that. So, as soon as I went into the game, I knew there was something fishy. And then within 5 minutes, there it was, all in the chat in block capitals. This is not Square Enix's game. They did not develop it. And along with those comments were quite a few comments. Now, I can't claim the validity of it, and if Square Enix are watching, I don't want my arse to be sued. I am not saying this. This is all I'm simply seeing, and why I can believe it's a pyramid scheme. People were literally shouting, this game is designed for all of the resources to go to the top empires. That's literally fixed. The outcomes are fixed. The battles are fixed. The squares, because you have to like pick where you are, they're all rigged for best advantage spaces, and basically to make people lose their resource and have to buy more when they inevitably get defeated. And I can believe it. I can, after what I saw. Unless you're pretty thick, you can very quickly tell that everything in the game is just designed and engineered to make you, to tempt you into spending money. I mean, that's the entire purpose. And literally your empire is based on how much you spend. So basically this is a game called Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire, where all of the empires is nothing more than a circle jerk of money. It's literally what it is. It's just a great big circle jerk of money. Just the guys who spend enough and take it competitively and seriously. This is why I said it's a con game, because it taps into the natural gamer's competitive side. Because for anyone who plays this game remotely seriously, which you should always be able to do, you should always be able to sit down and play a game for at least a goddamn hour. And I wasn't even able to do that. That should never be a game where you can't even sit down for more than an hour before you're just staring at a blank screen. Never! Square Enix know that not everyone who plays is going to be able to wait for 7 hours or 10 hours. They know that there's going to be people who play this game competitively. Square Enix are just taking a game and just using it to abuse, to tap into our natural desire, urge, our love for Final Fantasy, our love for the franchise. A franchise where we've been able to always pick up the titles and immerse ourselves in it. They have taken that and they've used that as a model for abuse. They have used that as a model to con and steal. And basically, it is basically fucking stealing. How is it not stealing? When you have someone play for an hour and you make the start intentionally easy and intentionally progressive, so that competitive gamer who does want to conquer, who does want to make a guild, who does want to actually give this game a decent shot, you've given them this false illusion of, oh, my empire's getting good, because you've made it seem easy at the start. And then you just bring out the caps. Then you just substantially increase the resource requirements. You substantially increase the build times to such a level where that competitive gamer's choice, who wanted to experience this new game, their choice is either wait 10 poxy hours or drop $6.99 on your gold store. This is what's become of you, Square Enix. This is what has become of Final Fantasy. You stuck Final Fantasy on this. I mean, I cannot be any more disgusted or ashamed of Square Enix right now for releasing this title. Now again, like I said, I don't want to take it too seriously, because again, it's just a game. You can either play it or you're not. And I'm going to say, yes, you have a choice. I'm not going to paint gamers out to be the entire victims here. You do have a choice. You're a grown up. You're an adult. And if you're not, well, I don't think you should even be have your bank account connected up to a video game if you're not an adult yet. I mean, I'm glad I never had a bank account joined up to some sort of gaming site when I was young. Jesus, I would have emptied it out. But if you're old enough, you should be wise enough and smart enough to see this game for what it is a mile off, and not to waste insane amounts of money. So if you have, I don't have that much sympathy for you, but that still doesn't excuse Square Enix still releasing it, still tempting people in. Again, like I said, I spent a tenner. I fell for it and I got fuck all for it. So there it is, guys. There's the story. That's Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire. And getting back to what the issue with me, I had to promote this game. I played an hour. Like I said, that's the hour where they make you think it's progressive and that it's a good, fun game. And I did my review. And I spent an entire day editing, and I worked really hard on the video. In fact, I'll just show you some small clips from it just for the sake of it. There's so much demonizing on mobile games. I'm going to try them out, and that's the thing, guys. I'm just going to try it out. Give it a chance. Are Square Enix mobile titles as bad as say? If I don't try them out as a Final Fantasy YouTuber, how can I sit and talk about them? It's got like a really good breakdown tutorial that isn't just like a hefty 15-minute tutorial at the start. They actually kind of explain it really briefly as it goes. So it's actually really understand. This is me just going in blind, guys. This was my first ever go.
at FF15 A New Empire, and I'm not going to do too bad. I'm really going to get my empire off the ground.
And that's how far it was. It was at the upload stage. I'd done all the rendering, all the editing, all of the tagging, all of the titling, all of the contracts, all of the countless emails, all of the invoicing. I had it all up and ready on my channel, and I was literally a click away from upload for £2,000. £2,000 for a day or two's work. But while I was waiting for the response, for them to say, no, get back to me to say confirm the upload, I played more Final Fantasy 15 New Empire, and I got past the hour mark, and I quickly saw what this game was. I quickly saw it for what it was. I didn't see in the first hour, I was pretty naive, and when I saw what this game was, I could not upload it. They then gave me the confirmation to upload it, and I couldn't. I could not press that upload button. I literally felt sick to the stomach. But, you know, at this point, I'm going to admit weakness here, guys. I am only human. And it is a lot of money for me. You know, so when like I said, people joke about selling out. But until you're there, until you've done the work, until you've done all the legwork, and all you have to just do is press one damn button. Yeah, I considered it for quite some time. I considered ways to justify doing this upload wherein I spoke about this game. I recommended you guys to go play it because it seemed really fun. I sat for ages thinking ways I can justify it, maybe tweak a bit here, a bit there. But in the end, I just said no. I cancelled the whole lot. And I'm so glad I did, because I've been speaking to some of you guys on Facebook since. And my biggest reason for it is because despite what some people say about me, which have always been untrue, some people have always said, you know, made up lies that I take money from Square Enix, or I take money from, you know, games and I'm paid to promote them. None of that is true. None of that has ever been true. This was the first paid promotion that ever came my way. And I realised that because I review games, I give my opinion. How could I ever expect you guys to ever respect or listen to anything I ever said again if I did away with my integrity like that? No, when I rant on Square Enix, or when I rant on cash grabs, I would be a straight hypocrite. I'd be a straight hypocrite. So there was no way I was going to do that, and there was no way I was ever going to post a video out that I didn't honestly believe. And that's the main thing. When I've got guys who support me on Patreon, you guys who subscribed, you guys who view, you guys who give me your support every single day. If I knowingly did a video that wasn't honest to you guys, even for the money, and for all those people who have made up lies about me, I wouldn't be able to defend myself against anymore. People who have said you've taken money from Square Enix, you're a sellout, you're paid, Pez, you're paid to support this game and say good things about the DLC. None of it's true. None of it is ever true. I have said the DLCs I hate. I have said the games I hate. I have ranted on Square Enix. I have supported Square Enix. Everything I've ever said has been true and honest from my opinion. And I guess that was what I found so stressful about this particular scenario. Is this was my first opportunity to either tell a bit of a, well, not a lie, just tell a straight lie. Promote something I didn't believe, and put out a video that after... At the time, I believed it was honest. At the time, I recorded it, but quickly after I realised it wasn't. And I'm going to be more careful going forward. But there it is. That's my review of Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire. The only reason I would recommend anyone to play it is if you're kind of, you're fed up of Square Enix and you want to be completely done with them. I mean, like, completely done. Like, anyone who plays this game, I can guarantee it will lower your view of Square. It is that bad. It truly is. And I just don't know, man. I've followed this franchise for a long time, but I'm having a crisis with it right now. I enjoy the games, but I can't be dealing with this bullshit. This bullshit in between, this waiting. When there's so many other games out there that deserve your money, that do deserve your time and your loyalty, and they treat their fan base with a semblance of respect. This game was the biggest disrespect ever. This is the lowest point. Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire, and it was kind of the lowest point for me on the channel. Having to deal with this, this situation. So there's a couple of grand I'll never see again, but I'm glad I made the decision. So there it is. Fuck it. Who cares? It's only money. Same with people who say I'm paid by Square Enix. Never have been. Likely never will be. especially at this rate. That's the thing, guys. It's because this was the first promotion that came my way, because I'm not politically correct. Like I say, this is the first one that actually fully came my way, but this isn't the first opportunity I've had to make more money on this channel. I have had more other opportunities. All it required was for me to stop fucking swearing, for me to stop fucking insulting Square Enix, for me to stop fucking insulting companies, and to be more fucking family friendly. Well, that's not going to happen, because I am never going to change who I am. I'm never going to change my style. I'm never going to change how I deliver my videos, and I don't give a flying toss how much money you offer me. And again, if I don't believe it, because this lesson has taught me, if I don't fully believe in the product that's put in front of me, I am not going to promote it. I'm not going to sell it. I mean, it's kind of weird to say that's a lesson I had to learn, because to most of you that seems like a duh, but until you're in the situation. So if anyone who says I'm paid to win, get the fuck off my back. Paid to win, paid to play, paid to promote. And I know there are some rumours out there against me, and this is the last thing I'll address before signing off this video. Because just like he's paid by Square Enix, the other rumour I see around the internet is that I steal people's theories, and it's just not true. I have never stolen anyone's goddamn theory. I mean, literally there are just a few characters out there who spam bullshit, and it kind of caught traction on Reddit. Now, I'm going to say exactly what the rumours against me are. One, I stole Perona 77's theory, which was a stream of theories I did after FF15's release. I did a few of my own, and then I must have done about 5 or 6 of Perona's back to back. The difference is I spoke to Perona. They're on my Facebook. We chatted about it. They actually tweeted, they actually put in their post on the theory. Their goal is to have YouTubers do videos, and when we linked up, they then shouted me out. Thanks to FF Peasant for doing the videos. We love them. So no, I didn't steal Perona's. I had full permission to do it, and they enjoyed the videos. And the other one was way back in the day, way back. There was a Norse mythology one, and it was posted to me about FF15 and some stuff with Leviathan and Shiva and whatnot. And in that video, I shouted the person out 3 times. 3 times for their Norse mythology theory. And it was just one section of Norse mythology. After that, I started doing Norse mythology videos of my own, identify things like the sons of Odin, and just looking at things that could also perhaps tie into Norse mythology. And that's where the person who did the original one started calling me out and brandishing my name, saying that he's stolen this, that Norse mythology was my idea, as if the motherfucker has some sort of monopoly on Norse mythology. You don't have a monopoly on Norse mythology. Guess what? It's been used in the Final Fantasy franchise quite a lot. It's actually pretty recurring, Square Enix tying into things like Norse and Greek mythology. Just because you did one theory video on it, son, doesn't mean that every video I do related to Norse after, even if it's a totally different theory and a totally different idea with totally different characters, that you somehow still own it. But that was the motherfucker who went around the internet spewing the bullshit that I steal people's theories. Now, perhaps sometimes, I'll admit, I read a theory casually on the internet and I get a bit of inspiration, and then I'll take that and I'll work it into my own thing. I'll work it into the things I've currently got going. I'm not going to credit someone with my entire theory just because I read something on the internet. I read a little piece of theirs and I used it as an inspiration. I've manipulated and twisted what their theory was. I've adapted it to my own thingy, so it's no longer theirs. So that's my stance on that, guys. I'm so sorry for this really ranted video. I'm just taking this as an opportunity just to clear everything out, to continue on with what I've been doing. And this whole experience has also made me kind of realise that I've kind of been diverting away from what I do love. I like to dive into the stories. I like to get into the grit. I really like to immerse myself in all the different plot elements. And you guys can probably tell when I'm doing things like lore dives and talk about the plot, it's when I'm enjoying it the most. But half the time, I end up doing news videos and stuff, or oh, this bit of news has come out and I know that this could easily get 50k views. It's just the curse of doing like me. For anyone who doesn't know, I do YouTube full time. I'm lucky enough, and thank you so much for that, guys. Honestly, it's the curse of when you've got your bills and your livelihood and everything on the line, that to cover videos that you don't really want to do, they seem preferable. because they think they'll get more views. But I've decided, to do away with that, to go back to doing what I loved, what I enjoy, to what my passion is. So if you don't see me do as many news videos as I usually have been doing, it's because I'm going to be working on some really big, juicy videos. My posting time might go down. There's one stage where I was really stressing myself out because YouTube changed their rules, where basically channels who post every day and kind of they have people come back every single day for a video, they get massively bumped up through the rankings. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to do that. And I actually tried to post every day. And that's why even YouTube are losing small content creators, and why actual quality is going down the fucking pan. Because when you've got a 1-day delivery to more or less do anything, you're not going to get quality. You're not going to get well researched, well scripted, enthusiastic videos. You're just going to get somebody who's trying to pump the grind every single day, trying to get that video out before the 24-hour deadline, because if they don't, they're not going to get maximum results. But I've decided through all of this, fuck that, screw the money, screw the sponsorship, I have enough, because there is no price on the respect of your fans, of your fan base, of your subscribers. Now I know not everyone here respects me. Not at all. I don't expect that at all. I don't do that much to earn people's respect. But I kind of do see it as respect. If you see my videos for news, if you watch my stuff to catch up on what's happening in Final Fantasy, then I do see that as a level of respect. And if I don't respect that, like you've respected me to be the one that you listen to for news, if I don't respect that back, then I don't deserve the channel. I don't deserve the subscribers. And I certainly don't deserve your guys' support when you tell motherfuckers out there that I'm not sold out and I'm not taking, corporate money to say things I don't believe. Now, I wouldn't have a foot to defend myself on, and neither would you. And I would be making you guys look like fools. So, I mean, you get it, guys. I don't need to ramble on anymore. I'm getting really carried away with this vid, but it was just crazy. And I just want to say the company was really professional that spoke to me. It's nothing against them. They said give an honest review as long as it's not too scathing. I conflated that something more in my head. I didn't respond well. I thought, oh God, for this kind of money, I'm going to have to say nice things. I'm going to have to sing it praise, sing it rainbows. And in turn, because I felt like I needed to give it that level of praise, I also turned it into something it didn't have to be, which was a stressed out, sick feeling in my stomach for 24 hours. I could quite honestly have just gone, yeah, I'll review Final Fantasy A New Empire. Reviewed it, said it was shit. Shouted out the place where you could buy the app from if you wanted, and then just said to him, here, cough up the money. But I'll say, in the contract, you said, give an open and honest review, so I did it. I fulfilled my part of the contract. Now pay up, motherfucker. I should have done that. I could have done that, but instead, I got myself tangled up, because I'm still a young YouTuber. I'm still learning, but there it is. There's the story. And thank you guys, thank you for your support as always. It's the only support I need. It's the only support I need. It's probably the only support I'll get now. No, Square Enix, they're never going to approach me when I keep calling them out, but I've got to call them out on Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire. A pay-to-win, cash-grab, Game of War rip-off mobile title with a sloppy and tackily slapped together Final Fantasy 15 skin over the top that at absolute best is designed to con competitive gamers out of their money, and at absolute worst is a pyramid scheme that funnels money resources to only the top and biggest empires. Yeah, you fucked up, Square Enix. You fucked up real bad.